Hey team, and welcome to the Mackenzie podcast, proudly brought to you by Team CPNZ, your endurance coaching specialists. I'm your team captain, Richard Greer, and today on the show, we're going to relive the event through a number of different perspectives. Recorded in the sun on the shores of Lake Tekapo after an epic adventure into the mountains, you actually can't get a whole lot better than that. We're going to speak to a number of different people on the show today, from those that were first over the line through to those that just made the most of each aid station while out on course as well. We'll also catch up with volunteers for the event, and we're going to wrap up the show with Kerry Uren, race director, to give you a full picture of how the 2025 edition of the Mackenzie unfolded. So a massive congratulations to all those that stood on the start line and rode their bikes, and also a huge thank you to all those that made this epic day so memorable. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Season 2, Episode 2 of the Mackenzie podcast. Let it go. Josie Dixon, you've just finished and you're looking pretty happy to be here.
Stoked, super stoked. It was such a good day out there. It started out a little bit mizzly and grey and rainy.
Mizzly, I like that word.
Yeah. Drizzle, it's like misty drizzle, you know.
Okay, not miserable and drizzly, but misty. Okay, right.
It's never miserable when you're on your bike.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, the sun's come out. It was a beautiful day out there. So many people smiling at the finish. It's awesome.
Good job. So you were looking good out there today in your Hawaiian shirt. Was that sort of part of the vibe you were trying to bring and sort of try and help others as part of your ride?
Absolutely. Yep. You got to ride in your party shirt. What are you doing if you're not having fun?
And you were looking good. I passed you sort of, I don't know, I'm not sure. I think you must have been going downhill because I did go, ooh, she's looking good as you went past. What was your highlight of the day?
Definitely descending the bluffs on the way back down. I'm on a full sus bike, so it was a lot more fun on that than my friends who were on rigid bikes, so I really enjoyed that bit.
And what about the aid station? Did you stop at the aid stations at all?
I did. I finished it. I took an extra bacon buddy, had it in my shorts and a little snack. It's about 10k ago. They're epic. Love.
Part of the reason why you're looking good. Have you got anything left in your little top tube bag there at all?
I do. I've got some. Just some sour screams, but I did bring a whole packet, so I think I've done pretty well.
Did you share any of those around, or were they just for number one?
Nah, definitely share them. Got to share the love with the sour screams.
Yeah, good job. And is that going to be sort of for the trip home, or have we had enough of sour screams now?
Sour screams are the number one premium fuel. That and ginger nuts.
Okay, good job. Well done. Yeah. Well, go and put your feet up. You've done super well, Josie, and great to see you looking so good as you cross the finish line.
Awesome. Thanks, Richard.
Good job. How good. Plenty of enthusiasm there from Josie. A little bit disappointed I didn't get offered a South Scrim. Maybe I need to be a little bit more direct next time because they are very, very good. But well done to Josie. We're going to bring in Team CP coach Grant Guys into the show after his massive 100-miler event that he did at the Mackenzie. Grant Guys. Half a beer already done. I've got mine that hasn't even started yet. But a big cheers there, Grant. So you've done the Drover. 160 Ks, is that what you're...
160, 165 maybe. Yeah. So, long day out.
How are the legs feeling at the moment?
Legs are fine, but I feel like a T-Rex on my gravel bike for that long. Yeah, the gravel bike was the wrong choice probably. Yeah, probably should have had the mountain bike, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, that's part of like just the length of time you're out there for, isn't it? Was it rough on the way out? Like, obviously it was pretty rough heading up the lake, but what were the conditions like, sort of up towards Lake Pukaki?
No, it was really smooth out to Pukaki. Then I guess it's part of Alps to Ocean along the lake. That was actually pretty terrible gravel. It was pretty soft, and just trying to find the right line was a lot of work, and we're still in the dark there. But once we started climbing, it was just kind of some rollers, and that was pretty good. That was fine. So all that was good. It wasn't even like you would have done it. Like all the muddy farm section, it was some good cyclocross training through there. That was fine. I enjoyed all that. It was the bluff section, and then after the bluff section, by that stage you already been going like, I don't know, it was maybe 100k. I can't remember, but you just start getting a little bit beat up and a little bit sore, and then the arms start hurting, and you got to get off and like carry your bike over the river, and it's like everything starts hurting. So it just kind of comes down to comfort, I guess. So.
There was two bits of the day that I was pleased that I wasn't doing what you were doing. When I saw you going back the other way, I think you yelled out, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't ride all that first. I'm pretty much cooked as I was coming the other way because we had to be an out and back due to the flooded Godley River today. And the other bit was this morning at 6 a.m. when it was raining and awful and dark. And I was just having my breakfast then going, I'm pretty happy that I'm just here right now.
Yeah, it was pretty average. And it like I heard it raining, you know, I just slept in the back of my van and in my mate's driveway, and I heard it raining overnight, and I was like, well, it's going to be a nice day. The weather said it's nice, and I was like, oh, it's going to be okay. And right when I left to bike down, running extremely late, it started raining, and it was pretty cold. Like I stopped and put my jacket on and rode with it for a really long time. It was cold, but you know, it warmed up. It's beautiful now. And I felt the same when I seen people still heading out when I was coming back, especially some of the folks, doing the longer one, and, you know, those guys, you know, doing the same as what I did. And some of those people were still quite far back. You're like, oh, man. And the ones on gravel bike like myself, like they're in for it, you know, like I had been. But, it's good. I mean, it's just like a different vibe doing it on a gravel bike, and it's kind of fun, you know, like, I don't know, I didn't really care whether it was a gravel bike or a mountain bike. I was like, we're all in the same race. And it's interesting to see. I knew I was in trouble when I was going with a couple of mountain bikers and all that fast stuff. I was like, I can't drop them. So, I'm toast when we get to the technical stuff. But yeah, it was good. It's good fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. So you're not recommending the gravel bike for the driver? Or is it just a few more push-ups you need to do?
I think if you had like a gravel bike with a little gravel fork or a suspension stem, that could be kind of fun. But yeah, I don't know. A nice lightweight XC bike that you can lock out in a massive chainring might be a better option. Yeah.
But it's part of the challenge. That's what you signed up for, to go and see if I could. One thing I found, like I started with it was kind of up the front, the lead group, and just the rubbish from the gravel and all the from the riders in front of you as well. Yeah. So you're a Team CP coach, but you're also Gilbo sunglasses is what you do as well. So I was like, thank God I've got these on. And they had the reactive lenses as well, so it was clear. And then obviously they go darker like yours are doing at the moment, but they were amazing.
Yeah, in the rain, I couldn't really use them a whole lot early on, right? Because they were just covered in water, so I couldn't use them as much, and there was a lot of rain early on some of the paved sections out along the canals. And I threw them on at one point, and it was like 30 seconds later, I just had a big old stone just like bang hit. So I got pretty lucky, but yeah, all that crap just flying up and mud and everything. It was pretty nice to be able to have them on. Out along all the wet river and stuff. So.
Wasn't sure if I could see much at times, but that's part of it. At least I could actually still do blinking anyway.
Yeah. Eyes were protected, so yeah. But no, it's good. It was good fun. I mean, I enjoyed it until I kind of the last maybe 10 or maybe it was only 5k, the second to last hill. My stomach said enough, and it was like you've had I don't know, not enough calories or too much calories, and I started having some stuff coming up, so it got pretty touch and go. I actually was really struggling. The little bit that they just made at the end there, the little adventure bit, I was pretty toast. So I was like, man, this is like a little, it's too technical for me right now.
That's good. Your goose is cooked. That's what you want, to be able to know that you've given it everything, and you've earned your beer. So a big old cheers.
Yeah, cheers, Richard.
Yeah, well done. Good job, Grant.
Good. Grant has done very well there. It's a big job to get out and ride that 100 miles and actually look pretty good at the finish line, knowing that he's done that as well. He's done very, very well. So well done, Grant, Team CP coach, leading from the front, and actually ended up third on the podium as well. That's something that he didn't mention. So a big third gravel bike in the Drover home as well. So we're going to move on to the show. We're going to talk to Mauricio. Mauricio is one of the he's a part of the ambassador program for Scenic Sports and Kerry's team, so helps out with other events, but actually did some helping, but jumped in to ride the shortest event of the day as well. Over to you, Mauricio.
And Mauricio, officially a runner, but jumped on the bike today. Tell us about your day. What happened out there today?
So this morning was cloudy, raining, and hoping for the weather to get better. And finally, sun came out. And the very first 500 meters, I fell off my bike right on the bridge. It was really slippery.
Oh, no.
The chain came off, and sort of panicked a little bit. And then I sort of say, all right, let's get it right and start again. So I managed to put the chain back on and started working my way through again. Okay. I was first. I ended up last for a little while, but then I did my best to have a good day out there.
Well, it becomes really positive, doesn't it? Because all of a sudden you're last, and then you feel like you're passing a few people as well. And so was the goal to go and see how fast you could go today? What was your plan?
Sort of thing. I'm part of the ambassador, the Scenic Sport team, and I just wanted to be here involved with this event, meeting more people, trying to be helpful, and also having the the chance to go for a wee run. I mean, for a wee race. So
it's good, isn't it? Like you'd be able to be a part of that, but also know feel like you've done something, and on a fantastic day like this, helping the Scenic Sports team, Kerry and things. So what did you look like as you crossed the finish line? Was it a double fist pump?
Yeah. I was holding my flag up, and because it's called. It comes to effort, If you put the effort every day, it will pay off, Especially if you have to leave behind your family, your kids, long days. I'm a dairy farmer, so I have big days on the farm, and then try to do my best to have good quality times with my family, my son, and then go training. Long days, but makes it great and. Yeah, and worth it.
Nice. We need a high five. Good job, Mauricio.
Nice
Job done. Awesome work.
What an enthusiastic human, Mauricio. Given it heaps, he's done very, very well. Now I'm going to jump to a man that is very, very, very passionate about natural fibers, specifically merino wool. He's the man behind, or the marketing guy with Devold. So Smithy, so if you don't get fired up about wearing wool products after this, you obviously got the sound turned down. So Smithy is worth a listen. Here he goes.
From Devold, we had a chat to him on the podcast previously. See here, he's isn't stripped down. There's no bike shorts today, but he's been doing a great job making sure that everybody is where they need to be. And you also helped me this morning kind of get in the right place sort of on the start line, which is much appreciated. But tell us about your day. What have you been up to today,
Mate, what an amazing day. I think we've had 4 seasons in one day. But of snow, we would have kicked it all off really well. But
so you were planning for snow, were you?
Mate, well, 100%. We had rain and wind, but we've now got sunshine. And look at this. This is just magic.
So you're hanging out in your Devold merino top. So that's part of it, I guess.
You're dead right, and that's what we do. We're here, as a major sponsor through Devold, because we buy most of the wool in this Mackenzie basin. And through the quality of that wool, we'll be able to make all the garments I've got on, even 100% wool. So. Mate, it's bloody exciting to be back again for year 2. And look at the numbers. Look at the people.
I think there's another couple of hundred people more than last year.
Just crazy,
And Kerry and the team do such a great job. I've turned it to a few people today, and they sort of have said, you need to make sure we do a shout out to the Mackenzie, because what a awesome event. What a cool vibe. Behind us there, we've got the finishing line. There's just bikes everywhere and people hanging out, and that's probably part of. Did you organise the weather? Was that because obviously you've done it well at the moment?
No, we dial it up. You get people a little bit nervous in the beginning of the morning and a little bit of rain, and then we knew it was always going to come out like this. But
you did know that.
Do you know how I gauge success? When you look around behind us all the way through here, everyone's lying out in the sun, chatting, having big smiles on their face, mate. And Kerry and her team, as a sponsor, we sponsor other things, but you don't get better than this. If people want to see what good looks like, come and look at this race.
Okay, good stuff.
Because people out on course, they get a feed, they get told where to go, and all the instructions. Nothing's left to chance, and nothing's a worry either. He goes, "Hey, Kerry, can I do this?" Yeah, go for your life, mate. No worries. Hey, so it's awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. So, what does Devold do? What, as a major sponsor, what are some of your key things that you've done for this weekend?
Yeah, so what we're doing is obviously we put up some prize money and also provided all the wool that goes into Devold garments, right? Because that's
and they're available for purchase.
Yes,
as well?
Yep, got merch over there. I think you're gonna have to hurry though, because Kerry said they're running out in a big hurry.
Okay.
Which is good, but you can go online. Obviously, buy Devold kit. Devold's an outdoor active clothing thing. My big drive in life is to get more people wearing wool when they come to these events, because people stink when they wear plastic, eh?
That's right.
And that's why, like, we're lucky we're outside, but wool doesn't.
Yep.
So there's some great properties around wool that we need to educate but make products for them as well. So get feedback, put that to our design team and say, okay, bikers are looking for this.
Yep.
Okay, how do we make it out of wool?
Nice.
These shorts have got on, no one believes they're wool, but they're 54% wool.
Can I touch those? Is
yeah,
that
mate, get into it, eh?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
So, and don't worry, a lot of people are asking to touch me. Don't take it personally. But it's good, mate. And we're back again next year.
Yep.
And we'll keep locking it in because, we didn't quite get to 700 punters this year.
Yep.
But 1,000's our goal.
Yeah, nice. And I don't see why not as well. Like, I need to come back now because we went up and back on the one side of the lake. I need to do the lap.
Yeah,
so
you do,
we
you do.
need to be back for that.
And people
as well.
ask me, Smithy, why aren't you doing? And I said,
that was going to be my next question, actually.
sponsors, races, race. Hey, that's why.
Is that right? Okay, so you're a specialist sponsor, is what you're saying. I wouldn't like to sort of try and...
mate. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
so I get excited about it. I'd rather be here cheering people on and. Watching those smiles, not the anxiety, but the nervousness as people in that starting chute going out, and then the just absolute joy when they're coming across the other end.
That's what makes these events so good, is that the nervousness is all part of it as well.
Yeah.
And it's hard out there too.
Yes.
There's bits that are type 2 fun. It's not all roses there, but just to get across the finish line and reflect on the day that you've had and the adventure you've had as well.
Exactly, and I think the really cool thing about this race, there's a race for everyone.
Like
the guys that did and girls that did the 170 this morning, and they won it. The guy won it in 5 hours and 15.
Crazy. Yep. He went past me like I was standing still. Like, where did he come
You're not the only
Why was
person
he
to say
even
that,
behind
mate.
me for a start? Maybe he's going further than I am.
And then and other people are just going out for a drive. A casual. Have a cup of tea and a scone and taking that beautiful scenery. Like, it's just getting better as the day goes on, isn't it?
That's right.
It's
so
exciting.
well done, and thank you for organising the weather.
No
and
worries.
high five for being a specialist sponsor.
Thanks,
You've done
mate.
well, Smithy.
Good on you, boy.
Good job.
Just like that. Well done, Smithy. Well done for your enthusiasm and good work for being a specialist sponsor on that as well. I did feel a little bit nervous about my top that I was wearing at that time, but I do have a merino top on at the moment, so hopefully that's okay. Well done to Smithy. We're going to jump in to talk to Ange, who's one of the volunteers on the show. Ange.
We're in the finishing line shoot. Ange is actually currently at work right now. What's your job today, Ange?
My job is dishing out the pure electrolytes to the finishing line.
Yes, good. And I singled you out, Ange, because you did look after me when I crossed the finish line. I look really good coming up the finishing chute, but look probably really bad here. Yeah, so there's no photos of that, which is good, or hopefully there's not. But I think you did refilm me about 3 or 4 times, which is good. But how's your day been today?
Oh, it has been absolutely magical. Look at Tekapo, it's beautiful. Yeah. What more could we ask for, really?
Good stuff. Yes. And what do you get out of this? Because obviously you volunteer your time to be here today, and I'd have to say you're probably in one of the best spots as a volunteer because you get all that finish line vibe going on. Like, what do you get out of today?
You're so right. It is a great place to be, but also we do it just giving back. My husband likes to do these races. We spend a lot of time up here, love using the trails and things like that. So it's just nice to actually be part of the community.
Yeah, good. And whereabouts are you from? Where have you travelled from today?
So we're Timaru based during the week.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. And does this kind of make you feel like you want to do this, or is this more actually I'm too busy and important and Kerry wouldn't let me?
Oh, I'm far too important for that.
Yeah,
I've got a just invaluable job.
Yes, that's right. You've got your cups there, you've got your refill container. No, well done. You keep doing a fantastic job. Well done, James.
Thanks.
Just like that. Awesome, Ange. And you did look after me. I was very happy to see those refills to top me up and get me going again. We're going to jump across to Dan. Dan has a very interesting chat. Obviously, Mackenzie that he just finished, but he has had a very big few weeks. So we're going to sort of take a bit of a step back to a couple of our other events that took him to the start line of the Mackenzie. Very impressive, and has had a very busy few weeks, and hopefully he's got a few jobs ticked off his jobs list on the fridge that surely he's got wound up. Okay, here we go. Let's have a chat to Dan.
Dan and I had a couple of words out on course as he sort of just eased past me. He was pretty much how it worked out there. But Dan did the Mackenzie today, but then you've also been quite busy over the last
couple of weeks?
Few weeks,
Few weeks of riding your bike.
Yeah.
Basically, my thought when you passed me today and you told me what you're up to is like, when I grow up, I want to be like Dan. That's what I thought. So you've got a fancy jacket on there. You've been over to South Africa riding the Cape Epic, which is, tell us about it.
Well, Cape Epic's a bit of a brutal race, 8 days of stage racing. It's sort of one of those bucket list events. If you can get a chance to go, I highly recommend, but it takes a bit of flesh out of you. It's hot weather, rain, mud. We got it all a few weeks ago. So
yeah, right. So how long have you been planning to do that?
Well, I have only been riding bikes for a few years, and we put our hat in the ring, and we won one of the ballot spots. So you've got a month to make a decision whether you're going to do it. And
when will the ballots come out?
They're out in March, so 12 months in advance.
Okay, so you've got a bit of time to do some training and get organised?
We had 11 months of training, which was great. And you get to do it with a partner, which is sharing their experience, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So, and one key thing about riding as a teams race is to kind of be matched with each other. So to be able to ride downhill and know your buddy's going to be right behind you, and to be able to sort of, you'll have ups and downs, but to be able to ride uphill reasonably well as well. How did that go for your week?
I wish I had a balanced partner. Like I've been riding with him for a few years, but he used to be like a top New Zealand downhiller. So it's always a bit of a challenge trying to stay on his wheel going downhill. But on the uphills, we're sort of a little bit more matched. But it was great. You push your bad days some days, and you push each other along, and it was it is a team sport.
Yeah, they call it the Tour de France of mountain biking pretty much. Like it's a week-long mission, and you had all sorts of weather while you were a part of it as well, didn't you?
We did. You hear about all the horror stories and what goes on, and I think we experienced all of it.
Okay.
But we had smiles on our faces after the end of each stage. So the first 4 days were extremely hot.
Like what's extremely hot?
Well, my bike computer on stage 3 and 4 got to 48 degrees. And we hear afterwards, we're already finished, that the back markers were getting into the 50s.
Okay.
So yeah, it was brutal.
That's just too hot. Like climbing,
brutal.
you're just melting, and even on the downhill, it's like an oven.
Yeah, you were just going from aid station to aid station, getting the ice on you, and then getting the job done.
Surviving. And what was the goal? I just wanted to finish this, or did you sort of feel like I started this, and did you feel like you were trying to improve your position throughout the course of a week? Because a week's a long time.
Yeah, anything could happen, and we started the prologue off really, really well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we had a bit of illness in the middle there, which was a bit disappointing, but everyone goes through that, so we sort of fell back on our spots. But the last 3 or 4 days, we just got better and better and climbed back up the rankings again. So we're happy we were finishing in the last stages, so it was excellent.
So this is a 3-stage interview. That's stage 1 in terms of riding this. And then you come back to New Zealand, and what did you do next?
Well, yeah, I guess you only live once, and we knew we were going to be fit, and all that training wouldn't want to go to waste. So we landed last Wednesday, and the Volcanic Epic was starting the same day.
Was that planned previously?
Well, we talked about it, but we thought, we're up in the North Island, we land in Auckland, it's 2 hours away, let's head down to the Volcanic Epic and give it a crack. And again, phenomenal.
So that's
days.
4 days of riding? 5 days of riding?
5 days.
Got a prologue, which wasn't really prologue, it was actually quite a solid stage as well, wasn't it?
It was. It was. Those are riding the Central North Island, beautiful trails. They're unbelievable. And
so quite a contrast to South Africa, like barren and big and brutal.
Yeah.
Whereas the riding around Tekapo and Rotorua and those sort of places, like lovely flowy
single track heaven. Single track heaven. It was great. Good weather. A little bit dry, but awesome turnout, fantastic energy, atmosphere, and it's pretty cool when you come back to your home country and just experience a phenomenal event like that. So.
But what about jet lag? Like you were hanging out in South Africa, and all of a sudden how many hours difference?
12 hours
12,
difference.
it is 12. Yeah. So what's happening there for you? Are you just trying to ride the stage early before everyone else starts somewhere at night time?
Yeah, we finished Sunday in South Africa, on the plane Monday morning, landed Wednesday morning, and we managed to start the prologue with 6 minutes to spare time. We drove down, put our bikes together.
Are you sort of on the airport, like entering sort of thing? Like we can do this.
Yeah, I was in touch with Tim Farmer, the vendor up there, and telling him we're on our way, and we got there and we got the job done. But jet lag was pretty good coming back actually. So I guess when you're your body's already running pretty low and pretty fatigued, jet lag's pretty easy, right?
Just turn up, yeah, right. So, and that leads me to part 3 of your sort of last couple of weeks. So you turned up and did the muster today, 90 Ks of sort of quite another contrasting ride to what you've done recently. So how did you get on today?
Good, actually. Pretty stoked. Actually, I was sort of surprised when I looked at the results and sort of managed to get the Masters win in the Masters.
Oh, good job.
That was good.
Yep.
It was tough out there.
Yep.
Like the change of course was a bit disappointing, but shit, it was fun.
Yep.
Both ways was awesome. Everyone
And you're kind of coming back and it's kind of down.
Yeah.
Sort of helped the vibe, didn't it?
But everyone had smiles on their faces. I loved the mud and a bit of a technical. It was
Yep.
very varied. And I did it last year for the first time, and it was just spectacular.
Yep.
So I entered this as soon as it came up. I was definitely going to come back, and it just coincided that it happened to be straight after the other two events.
Yeah,
And,
so you live in Alex, is that right?
Alexandra,
So
yeah.
you're travelling home.
Yeah.
But is there any other mountain bike races? Like, is anything on tomorrow? Are we riding the Alps to Ocean or something tomorrow?
No, the Naseby 6 hours on next weekend, which
Okay.
I'm looking at, but probably got a few jobs to do at home too.
You've probably, right.
Yeah.
So you've done well for your leave pass situation. There might be a few
Yeah.
jobs on the fridge, I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
and trying to balance work commitments as well. It's always
Yep.
been good. But hey,
Yep.
keeping fit's important, and
Yep.
we're running out of summers as you get older, and
Yep.
you've just got to make the most of it,
Good
right?
job. Good job. I've got two questions to finish up. First of all, what state is your bike in? It's been pretty busy lately. How many changes have you gone through? What are we up to?
The bike got a really good go over before I headed off to South Africa, and
Yep.
which was expensive, but well worth it.
Yep.
And actually, when you're in South Africa, they have a fantastic service with mechanics. You just drop your bike off, and the bike is horrendous.
Yes.
Just covered in mud and also, and you get it back the next day. Like brand new.
Ready to go. Okay,
it's awesome.
fantastic.
So
those guys worked through the night to get all these bikes kind of back out the door again.
It's super impressive, and the terrain up in the North Island was pretty good. The bike was holding together, so it is making a few noises today with some of that mud and
and the
I
water.
think you and I were sort of going through a big sort of water a big water pond at the same time.
That's right. Like you got a better line, and all of a sudden I was like 10 metres behind you. Hang on, how did that happen? Yeah. So that was my first question. So bike's in pretty good shape, but probably need some love. Second question is, where's your teammate today?
He's up in Nelson, so I can tell you he's had a bit of FOMO watching this. So but the good news is I'm riding here with my best mates from school, so it's good, and one of my other cousins. So my teammate in South Africa was my cousin, and I've got another cousin here.
Okay, spreading around.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
good.
it. Yeah,
It's awesome. We actually got we all came in right after each other, so that was a bit of rivalry competition there.
Good stuff. No, well done. Well, big high five.
Thanks,
Well
Richard.
done. Yeah,
Cheers,
look at
mate.
that. He can still lift his arm in the air as well.
Yeah.
He's still got it.
Yeah.
No, well done, Dan.
stuff.
Good job.
Thank you.
Look at that. High fives around. Great vibes. And that's a fairly busy. There's probably not many cyclists in New Zealand that have done as much, first of all, travel miles and then also mountain biking over the last month or so. So well done, Dan. We're going to wrap up part one of this show, the Mackenzie podcast, with the winner of the muster, the 90K event, Bailey. So Bailey's.
And he has ridden the muster, 90Ks out there today, but didn't just ride it. He actually managed to win it. I was with you in the first group for a little while, and then it's like, this is just ridiculous. I can't do this. So, and then you guys rode off. One of the best bits about the course today wasn't out and back. So I got to kind of see how you guys were tracking during the race as well. So you were coming back. It looked like the group was after the top loop. There was still like 5 of you or so there or thereabouts.
Yeah, it was. I think there was like 6 or 7 of us all the way to the turnaround, and then we started to split up after there, through the bluffs or something.
Yes. So it was really rocky and pretty steep.
Yeah. Through the bluffs, I decided that I needed to make my move, so I went from there to the.
Because that's still what have we got? 40Ks left.
Yeah, 35.
She's a pretty hefty. Like, is that where you felt like A, it was rough, and B, like I need to put a gap now when it was steep sort of thing and hard for everyone else?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to get away way before the road, but honestly, I borrowed a bike for this race, which was brand new, and I put it together on Thursday night, and the gears were slipping a little bit in the big one, so I had to kind of go fast up the hills because I couldn't get in the big gears. So I just went hard as I could.
Oh my goodness!
In my gears from there.
Yeah. So what was? Tell us about. What's the mindset when you sort of break away like that? Were you looking over your shoulder?
Oh, I did a couple times, but I'm from a road background, so I know I've done a lot of racing, so I just went pretty much head down and just got away to the finish line.
Okay, right. So just full send. And where did you feel like that? Where did you feel like that gap is kind of stuck? Like it's stuck. Like where?
Yeah,
do you feel?
I knew pretty quickly. I just had to press over the bluffs the first time I got away, and then I just made sure I pressed over the top and down the hills. Not just let off.
To the top. Yeah. So
always pedal over the hill.
Yeah. Good.
And then once I got that out to maybe a minute gap, I couldn't really see them behind. I just probably stuck around there to the finish line.
Yeah. So what do you do in terms of nutrition? What's your nutrition strategy?
Today I had 2 bottles of I had Morton in there, but so 90 grams of carbs in 2 bottles, and then I took with me probably 5 or 6 gels, but I only had about 4.
Okay,
that was about it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a huge amount of fluid. How long did it take you out there?
Yeah,
That's probably the
3
other
hours.
3 hours.
3 hours 12, I think.
Okay.
So yeah. I also had a Camelback on, which I sit through a couple of times, but not a lot.
Okay.
But it wasn't exactly hot while we were racing and
right.
pretty wet, so maybe if it was hotter, I definitely would have got through all that fluid. But, so I had a litre on my back as well. But I didn't really touch it.
Okay. Right. I've got a rule that if you still have fluid left in your bottles or your backpack, you have to do press-ups in the finish line. It's are you happy that you carried that and didn't actually use it? Or
yeah, I'd definitely rather have it than run out. For sure. This is my first ever mountain bike race, so I have no clue how long it's going to take.
Okay,
I just thought it would be roughly between 3 and 4 hours. So.
Okay, so what sort of bike did you ride today?
I rode a Cannondale Scalpel.
Right, okay. Yeah. And what sort of tyres were you running on?
I had I had an Aspen on the back, and I had a Recon Race on the front.
Right, so a bit knobblier on the front.
Yeah, a little bit more. It's just what it came with, to be fair.
Okay, that's good. And what about tyre pressure? Because there's a big part of it as well.
I ran 24 front and rear.
Okay, right. And did you have tubeless tyres? Because it was really rough and rocky.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few people on the side with punches, but I didn't seem to have any troubles.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff. Good. So you haven't done a mountain bike race before. It started like a road race out the gate, didn't it? And there was it was a bit lumpy and things like that, and some efforts going on. I got out there and my legs aren't going to enjoy this because it's quite a long way. Were you kind of pushing the pace? Were you one of those guys that was sort of going hard
I did my fair turn on the front, but I wasn't going too hard at the start. I thought, like I said, I didn't even know what the course was going to be like. So just thought I'd save a little bit till once I got towards the top, and it was out and back, so I knew exactly what we were going to do on the way back. I was like, oh, sweet. I know what I'm in for.
And you know that you attacked on the hardest part of the course as well, didn't you?
Definitely, I seen it sounds a bit rude, but the guys were hurting a little bit up those hills on the way out, so I was like, and I felt fine, so I was like, this is where I'd need to have a wee go, probably.
Yeah, nice. And right at the top, there was a riverbed section as well, and there was some quite sort of deep rivers. What happened? Because that's a chance that there's a bit of scrambling. And people
to be fair, we rode it. We kind of chilled through our bunch of 7. We kind of almost like a little stalemate, kind of like gentleman's agreement.
Nobody said anything.
No one said anything. We just kind of chilled through there.
Yeah.
To be fair, we couldn't really see out of our glasses.
Yeah. Well,
and you couldn't see the cones, so they're like, keep on the right of the cones. We're like, where are the cones?
Do we go next?
But we found our way through, and then we all hopped off through the first one and walked. I think it was pretty nasty. And then coming up to the second crossing on the way back, the guy was like, one person's made it through, and I thought, I'm going to try this. And I got through just.
Okay, I got most of the way through and through the deep stuff, and then sort of fell off right at the end. He had a bit of in the background. Sorry. Felt like I needed to go back and do it again. And then obviously back through those muddy sections. There was quite a bit of traffic out there today going the other way. How did that go with you guys?
No, we were going pretty quick at points, so we were charging. Cole Harris was in front of me quite a bit, and he would go up the inside of the track on the grass, and we'd just go up there.
Yeah, okay.
So it was a bit of negotiating, your way through there, but we made it work.
Yeah.
I don't think there were hopefully any accidents. So
I'm not sure. I haven't heard too much.
Everyone was pretty good. So.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't see anybody
which is
splayed badly on the way home. But that's part of the, I guess, different from your road racing background too, isn't it? Like, it's a bit of pick your line and stuff like that as well. It's not just sort of all about power. And
I'm probably not quite. I do a little bit of mountain biking. I do at home, but never done a race. And I have a trail bike, so I know what I'm doing kind of, but I do more point and shoot instead of pick my line.
Yeah. Okay, nice. That's good. So do you use some of the other guys? I'm just going to follow them through some of those.
Yeah,
sections?
there was a few guys with us, so I could definitely tell and knew what they were doing, and I did for a bit, but
nice.
Especially through the big puddles.
So when you look through your form book, and if you're thinking about horse racing, basically you've got a 1 start and 1 win. That feels pretty good, doesn't it? Are you going to drop the mic and that's me done now?
I've been racing overseas for the last 7 years on my road bike, and I've now kind of slowed down a bit, and I'm actually enjoying doing some different things.
Yep.
So I'm definitely keen to do some more of this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
have
okay.
fun and enjoy it.
So tell us a wee bit about your background. What in terms of riding the road?
I came from so track and road.
Yeah.
So very, very different to this.
Yep.
But I spent since I was 17 years old racing over in Europe.
Yep.
And then I was with my last season. I was with Black Spoke, the pro Conti team from New Zealand. And then when that folded, I basically was without a contract and decided I needed to grow up and be an adult. So I moved home and it started my real life.
Okay, so how old are you?
24.
24, okay. Well, you've still got plenty of racing left in you. Yeah. So what does a real job look like? Have you?
I'm a builder. I'm an apprentice builder.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
And what does training look like for you? Because that's a physical job as well.
Yeah, it's last year I had 6 months of absolutely nothing, which was actually great, not gonna lie. But then I got a call up from James Candy, who runs the Mitre Q New Zealand team, and he said, "Hey mate, you keen to come to America next year?"
Okay.
And I thought, you know what, it sounds like fun. I've never been there, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. Asked work if I could have a bit of time off in winter.
Yep.
And they said go for it. So I'm off in 4 weeks.
Okay.
To try and do a bit more racing, but I don't do a heap of training. But I suppose I've done many years of lots of Ks in the league. So me doing a 12-hour week now is I can bring up some form reasonably quick.
Yep.
Maybe I do between 8 and 12 hours a week.
So some good, honest, hard sessions in there as well.
Yeah.
Do you spend time on the indoor trainer, or are you?
I'm not a big fan of the indoor trainer.
Okay, so you're on the road. It's real life.
Yeah.
Good. Looking at your power meter, doing putting some numbers down.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's next for you? So in 4 weeks' time, you go to America.
Yeah. I'll do Lake Bunner, I think, the road race,
and
then I leave 2 days after.
Okay.
And then basically we've got a pretty jam-packed schedule over in America of few road races and crit racing. So like short, hard stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. No, that's heaps of fun. So opposite of what you've done here today,
yeah.
And probably hopefully you'll look different as well, like not mud and shit.
Not covered in the half of Tekapo.
Yeah, that's right. So just to wrap up, what was your highlight of the day today?
I just enjoying it. Like I absolutely loved it. Like I was, like I say, I put that bike together on Thursday night, and I was kind of scared it was going to fall apart. But tell you what, it held up all right.
Because based on your sort of
my
mechanical skills.
Yeah. I'd never put brakes together, but I put them together. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But that was my biggest fear. But my highlight, it was actually absolutely mint. Just riding along the lake. Like look at it now, it's beautiful out there.
Yep.
It wasn't quite this sunny and warm when we started.
Yep.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit wet, but on the way back it was quite nice.
Yeah, nice work. Well done. High five for Acquired. Go and put your feet up. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Bailey.
Just like that. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? 1 from 1, and obviously some reasonable skills in terms of holding things together on that rough, rocky ground as well. But definitely got an engine. So well done to Bailey, and well done for turning up and having a crack, having some fun, and seeing what happens. So we're going to push pause on this. We have got half time, so go and get yourself a cup of coffee, put your feet up, and we're going to be back shortly for part 2 of the Mackenzie, where we talk to Kerry Uren, race director, and we're going to talk to Sophie, who finished or won the Huntaway, and also those that did the miler as well. So lots to come. We'll catch up with you shortly.